So there are a lot of amazing features about Zoom, and I know that we are still learning about it as we go. I thought I would share a couple of ways that you can schedule meetings. One of them is right from your Google Calendar. When you're in your calendar, let's say I wanted to set up a meeting for 2:30 today, I would go ahead and open up a new event, and I'll call it my Zoom test, and I'm going to set it up for 2:30 today. Let's just say it's an hour. If I needed it to repeat every day at the same time, or every fifth day, or whatever it is, or every Friday, I could do that. I'm also going to click here on Add Conferencing, and then I'm going to click on Zoom Meeting. So it's going to connect to my Zoom. And it gives the ID so people will be able to join right in, and also if they're going to join by telephone. I then want to make sure it's on my correct calendar, so I'll put it on my building schedule so everybody can see it, and then I can invite others. So let's say I want to invite myself, because I don't want to freak anyone out by sending them yet another email. So I've now invited my personal email, and it will be sent out and I will receive it on the other end. So I'm going to hit save. It's going to make sure that I want to send the invite, and I do. It's going to double check again because it's going outside of the Mashpee district. So yes, I want it to go to external. And then when I go into my, here, let me do it this way. If I go to my zoom.us, oops. This is how I do all of my scheduling. I go right to zoom.us. I go up to my account. I log in if I'm not logged in, which sometimes happens. I click on my account. And then I come over here to meetings. And it has now joined the list of my regularly scheduled meetings. It's called This is a Calendar Meeting. So this is the one that I just did in my Google Calendar. And then these are the ones that I've already created here in Zoom. If I wanted to create more meetings through Zoom instead of through Calendar, I would go to Schedule a New Meeting. And this is my preference because there's more choices here. But I would name it whatever it is. So Tech Therapy and Extra Dose. Whatever the description is, whatever the date is, however long it is, I double check my time zone. If it's a recurring meeting, I could again make it happen every Friday or every day. Zoom does not give the option of leaving out the weekends, but it's okay because you're not going to be there to open your room anyway. I would make sure that it's automatically generated. I don't require a meeting password. If someone's going to share my Zoom room, they're going to share the password too, so I don't bother with that. I do like to have the videos on when everybody comes in. Even if they have their videos shut off, it's at least a good place to start. I'll leave both on, although Zoom is telling us that lately the telephone feature is not working great because of all the free users. Just be aware of that. I don't want them to be able to join before me, no way. I do want them to be quiet when they come in. I do want to enable my waiting room so that I can kind of card them at the door and make sure that they're the right people coming in. Do not check this box. I'm finding it's making a mess for some teachers trying to get kids in, so leave that. If you are going to use a breakout room and you're going to divide your kids in there, you can do this ahead of time. That's another thing to explore. And decide if you want to record it automatically on the local computer. Like I've said a few times, I'm still not sure how that's working on a Chromebook, but we will figure it out as we go along. So you're ready, you click save, and then that meeting will also show up in your list of meetings. So if I go back to meetings, I'll see my list. So now I have the calendar meeting that I just did in calendar. I have the extra dose that I just put in there. And then I have all of the other ones that I've had scheduled on a regular, recurring basis. So if you have any questions about scheduling meetings, just reach out to me and I'm happy to help.